Yeah, that's, I think, a particularly good question because, as I said, the team at Impala has recently scaled up from just myself as a designer to adding one more person. And I think that when you're at a startup, it can be very easy to play quite loose with the design process because you are the one person deciding what gets designed. Once you've added people, you've got to actually think about a consistent expectation for product engineering teams of design. So this is one of the things that we're actually looking at right now as a team. So I'm the design lead, but I'm very keen to involve everybody in the design function and then product engineering in that design process. And what we're trying to look at is not so much about the distinct areas of a design process, because I think everybody can say, oh, you do your exploration and research and thinking. You have kind of like, depending on your background, maybe you're doing service maps, you're doing flows, that kind of thing, moving into more high fidelity designs and handoff. These are the kind of things that I think that every designer can argue about, but ultimately the things we have to do. The areas that I'm really focusing on are the seams, the transition points between these areas. How do you decide when you've moved, for example, from research into synthesis? How do you decide, are you ready for things to start getting built? And I'm looking at ceremonies where we maybe bring together engineers and product with design, and we have to discuss, does everybody understand the target audience? Do we all understand the problem we're solving? When we reach the stage where we're building, do we understand why we're building this, and what the scope of, for example, our MVP is, our iterations? And then when we reach the that iteration and analysis stage, do we understand the data we're seeing? Do we all kind of agree with the findings? Do we need to do any follow-ups? So for me, I think that any designer working with other people will have their own preferred ways of working, because all designers have different skill sets. The parts that I want to entrench into our process are how we agree we work with other disciplines.